The Buffalo Bills just got a surprise injury turnaround. The momentum is shifting, Bills Mafia. Surely this is it. Surely we are going to go a stretch in this season without injuries. But hey, this is the surprise turnaround we were all hoping for. And honestly, I don't think any of us saw it coming, especially given the fact that ever since late July, we've had pretty much one player go on IR, one player out for the season, whatever it was, whether it was Hairston, whether it was Dwayne Carter in August, whether it was Ed Oliver, whether it was AJ Epinesa or, DeMar Hamlin or Cole Bish, any of these guys. We had so many injuries this season, but for right now, the momentum is shifting. Today, out of nowhere, I think the momentum has flipped. This changes the outlook, and this gets me, again, more and more excited about this Buffalo Bills team going into the second half of this season and really what they can contribute, what they can do. I know we've had some terrible injuries, but today we have good news to celebrate. And before we get into that good news, again, my name is Colin. This is Crack the Table. We're all Bills, no breaks. Breaking down Buffalo Bills content every single day. So if you are watching this video, first of all, thanks for clicking on it. I appreciate you. But also, if you do not have a home where you're getting Buffalo Bills content every single day, make sure to subscribe. Join our community every single day. We're having conversations down in the comments. So, and also just as I welcome you every single week, make sure to smash the like button. But again, every like and every comment down below, it helps me out. It gets this video out more and more to other Bills fans. It grows our community and continues to empower me to make videos just like this one. So if you like it, smash the like button. I appreciate you, but let's get right into it, guys. Look right here on the screen. We have got our injury report. Only the ones that we really need to acknowledge right here is Dalton Kincaid, of course. He's got that grade 1 tear or the grade 1 sprain in his hamstring. He is currently not practicing. He's out. That's to be expected. We're probably going to miss him for a couple weeks. But again, Fedarian Mathis, he did not practice. We know he came in that Chiefs game. He had a good game, signed him to the active roster, and boom, just like that, this guy is injured. That's our Bills' luck right here. But again, we know that Khalil Shakir has had an injured rib. He hurt himself last week in the game. I haven't quite seen the play that it happened on, but he's limited. However, you look at every other guy on here outside of Cam Lewis, Benford, full participant. In other words, Benford is going to be back this upcoming week. I want to see him go up against Emeka Egbuka. That is going to be a really good matchup. That rookie has his hair on fire. He's having a great season. Frankly, offensive rookie of the year kind of season right now for him. But Terrell Bernard, full practice. We've had some hesitations and some concerns with his ankle. Frankly, dating all the way back to years past. Joey Bosa, though, full participant. Again, we'll see if he still has the club on his hand this upcoming week. They call it the Q-tip. I thought that was hilarious. But again, AJ Epinesa, he had that concussion in the game. He's a full participant. Teron Johnson, again, I'm really excited to see how the coaching staff uses Teron Johnson and Jordan Hancock together. That's going to be very fun to see. But then further going down, Josh Palmer, a full participant. We haven't seen Josh Palmer, frankly, since he had that 40-yard catch about a month ago. Really excited to see if this opens up the vertical game. We're going to talk about the passing game a little bit later on in this video. But also Jordan Phillips, the older guy, right? The vet, full participant. TJ Sanders, again, full participant. There's a lot going around on Twitter about his practice. Check that out if you want to. But Shaq Thompson, again, we've been without him for a little bit. And Dorian Williams also, both of those guys, full participants. That is the kind of news that we want to see going into a Sunday matchup against, frankly, a playoff caliber team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I also want to talk a little bit here about the injury report for the Buccaneers. There's a player on the Buccaneers that has not played for a long time, and he just got back to practice today, and it was this guy, Bucky Irving. If you look at even some of the stats of teams who have the most, rushing yards, in the NFL right now, the Bills are leading the charge in most offensive rushing yards. But then when you look at teams who are giving up the most yards to opposing running backs, the Bills are top 3. This is not a good top 3 to be a part of. We're 30th in the league in rushing yards allowed. They have got 3 running backs that are going to be a 3-headed monster potentially. We'll see if Bucky Irving actually does get out there. He's a very dynamic second-year player, but Sean Tucker, I think, is going to be the guy on Sunday that is going to get the bulk of the carries, that is going to, I think, run, have a lot of explosive runs. He's probably going to run for 100 yards. If I'm not saying our defense is going to be terrible, but I do think he is a good running back. He's a talented guy. But Bucky Irving, Rashad White, and Sean Tucker are guys that we are going to have to watch. If we're going to beat the Buccaneers, we've got to have Benford or maybe Hairston shut down Emeka Egbuka. But then we also need, again, looking at this, to stop the run, especially against a team that can run like that. And this is, again, the big news that after a 6-week absence, Bucky Irving is back in the building, running and playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But again, looking at this, Vita Vea was limited. I'm not sure if we'll see Vita Vea or Winfield on Sunday. I'm not sure exactly, to be honest, but Hassan Reddick did not practice. Anthony Nelson and Ben Bredesen did not practice. So there's a handful of guys, just like there is on the Bills, that are injured. They're a team that's dealing with their own injuries, right? They lost Mike Evans. Chris Godwin is even on here. He's been limited. We'll see if some of these guys get out there. It's an injured team versus an injured team on Sunday, but this is a must-win game for the Bills. Check this out here now, this clip. I want to talk a little bit about Gabe Davis here, but check out what he says. Again, Gabe Davis said he practiced today, and this is, again, the second time he's practiced this week, but he was part of first-team reps for part of the practice. He hasn't officially been called up from the practice squad, but this is a kind of player that could, along with Josh Palmer, really transform our passing game, which Bills Mafia, we're going to talk about the offensive play calling a second with Joe Brady and in the system, but you know what? He is going to be a key contributor to that if he's healthy, if he can be explosive. But check out what he says right here. Listen up.
How much different is the offense now compared to what you left? Like, how much catch-up have you had to play?
It's a little bit. There's different wordings here and there, but it's pretty similar to what we ran. Just have to, some different nuances and stuff to some plays, but all the same stuff.
And finally, like 2 straight days of practice, like how do you feel physically now that you've kind of really put some stress on the injury?
Yeah, no, I feel good. The leg feels good. I feel like I did really well today out in practice too. Going out there and running around on scout and a little bit with the ones, so I felt solid.
Yeah, so a couple things here. First and foremost, we love that he's out seeing reps with the ones, but the second thing, which is actually to me about the most important thing, especially with Gabe Davis last year being in Jacksonville, that he's still familiarized with the playbook. The concepts, the phrasing, the phraseology might have changed a little bit, but he looks like he's still going to be able to get in the game. He looks like he's still going to be able to get the reps, again, with the ones as he talked about in practice, but within that, he's going to have that synergy. A lot of us who are calling for Jalen Waddle or Garrett Wilson or Brian Thomas Jr. or a bunch of other these wide receivers potentially at the trade deadline, they would not have came in with chemistry. They might have had a higher level of talent. But even as we saw again with Amari Cooper when he came in originally, like there was some miscues and some communication gaps here and there. Both Gabe Davis coming in, but also Mecole Hardman look to be guys who are already back and gelling with Josh Allen. We'll see if that actually takes root. But this is a guy who I'm excited about, especially pairing him with Josh Palmer, and especially in light of Khalil Shakir being injured. But again, I want to talk about Josh Allen and his relationship with Joe Brady here in a moment. Check out this clip.
Your relationship is with Joe and your confidence in his play calling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely confident. Again, it comes down to, at the end of the day, protecting the football and the 11 guys on the field executing. Extremely confident in Joe. Love him like a brother. He's been awesome for my career, and yeah.
Sometimes it's not about the words you say, but it's about the words under what you said. It doesn't seem like right now Josh is withdrawing from his relationship with Joe Brady. And I think that's going to be important to note, especially going to this offseason, especially with the news about the Giants firing Daboll and what that could potentially mean about him potentially returning. And we saw that we saw that Sean McDermott mentioned in a press conference yesterday that there's been no conversation about Daboll returning or anything of the sort. But I would not be surprised, especially if the offense continues to have issues, to bring him in as an assistant of some sort, even later on in the season. That wouldn't surprise me. But going on, Joe Brady, as some people are talking about all over Twitter, it says Joe Brady is not utilizing the Bills' talent to the best of their ability, including Josh Allen. The rushing attack is elite, but it's at the expense of the passing attack and Allen's strengths. Do you agree with that, Bills Mafia? Do you agree that Joe Brady is actually limiting our offense? Again, depending on whatever offensive coordinator you look at with the Buffalo Bills, you might have something like this with Ken Dorsey's playbook, where it's like 3 wide, just running the ball down or throwing the ball as far as you can down the field. Or even if you look at it, it's like, okay, we've got screen plays with Joe Brady, and that's pretty much the extent of everything he offers us, which frankly, This kind of triggers me looking at the bottom of this, just to be honest. But even going back up, again, the Bills want Josh Allen to be more conservative, especially recently. He's had some turnovers, but I think the fan base has really, really wanted the ball to be thrown down the field. I want to execute well. Whatever game plan, whether it be 11, 12, or jumbo personnel, or even 21 personnel, I don't care what it is. I want to execute well. Open up the playbook when we need to, but execute on the plays that we choose. We have the offensive line, the running back, and the quarterback to execute on those things. Let's get our players in position to win contested catches if we need to with Keon Coleman. But you know what? Outside of the fact that he was playing against like a third or fourth string corner the other week, like he has not had a ton of success. A couple other last things here, and I appreciate it. This is just maybe a refresher of something that happened a couple days ago. A guy posted this on November 12th. He said, "This is how I see the Bills' latest transactions regarding wide receiver and defensive line. Plan A, potentially Waddle. Plan A, potentially Quinnen Williams. That didn't happen. Plan B, Rashid Shaheed and Dramont Jones and some of these other guys. But Plan C seemingly was Mecole Hardman, and I would include also Gabe Davis in this, and Morgan Fox. Guys, don't sleep on Morgan Fox. There's been some other guys that we've signed in the last couple weeks. I think Morgan Fox is going to be the Michael Hoyt replacement. I think he can be 70-80% of what Michael Hoyt did. He's a smart player. He's a disciplined player. He's a versatile player, and he's got the body size and I think the instincts as a player to actually make some of these plays, just like we saw what Michael Hoyt did. It's terrible that he had the Achilles injury. It's terrible, especially coming off the suspension, but it's what we have. And you know what? Morgan Fox seemingly could turn things around. A lot of you guys were asking me the other day, Colin, why wasn't he signed on a team? I think there's a lot of reasons why he wasn't signed on a team, but a guy like that doesn't have to sign with a team. He can wait till later in the season for the prime opportunity, one, for his own career health. And he was a guy who was a D2 player out of Colorado State, I believe it was, and he was a D2 player that has fought back from injuries. He had the ACL injury. He's played next to Joey Bosa. You've got to wonder, was Joey Bosa, in Brandon Beane or Sean McDermott's ear saying, hey, get this guy in here. I think he can be something like Hoyt was. We don't know for sure, but you know what? It's good that he's on the team. And again, when Plan A turned out to be a flop, I was hoping, this guy said, Mike Kevin was saying, it's a B-level players. But again, Brandon Beane is doing some bargain bin shopping, whether you like that or not. With our cap situation, it's a very wise set of moves. But again, lots to continue to talk about, but today, that's our episode. My name is Colin. This is Crack the Table. We're all Bills, no breaks, breaking down Buffalo Bills content every single day. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a blessed evening. I hope you enjoy Thursday Night Football. It's coming up here in just about an hour. With all that being said, God bless. Go Bills. See you later.